Hey guys, welcome back. Are you tired of watching motivational videos to help break your bad habits, only to find that you can't stick to them for long? Don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, breaking bad habits can be a tough nut to crack. But don't fret, because today we're going to explore the science behind habit formation and how to break bad habits. First things first, let's get back to basics. What exactly is a habit? Well, it's those small, consistent actions that we take every day, often without even thinking about them. For example, when we put food in our mouth, we chew without thinking and swallow it. It's a habit that we've formed over time. According to James Clear, habit formation involves three key stages: cue, routine, and reward. The cue triggers the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward reinforces the habit and makes it more likely to be repeated in the future. So if you want to break a bad habit, you need to identify these stages and disrupt the pattern. Let's take junk food as an example. The cue could be seeing junk food in advertisements or posters, or watching videos about junk food. The routine could be to purchase and consume the advertised junk food. The reward for consuming junk food could be the immediate pleasure of tasting something sweet or savory, the temporary feeling of satisfaction, or the emotional comfort that comes from eating familiar or nostalgic foods. But breaking a bad habit is easier said than done. That's why we're going to share with you 4 lessons from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, on how to break bad habits. So stay tuned. Before we dive into that, if you need a refresher on habit formation, we have another video on our channel that you can check out later. We'll provide a link in the description below. In that video, we discuss how to effortlessly form good habits in less time. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. All right, let's get started. Lesson number 1. Make it invisible. Tom is a college student who has been struggling with his social media addiction. He spends several hours a day scrolling through his Instagram and Facebook feeds, even when he has assignments and exams to study for. He realizes that his addiction to social media is interfering with his academic performance, and he needs to take action. Tom identifies that the notifications on his phone are triggering his addiction. He often feels compelled to check his phone every time he receives a notification from his social media apps. To break this cycle, he decides to make the notifications invisible. He turns off all notifications from his social media apps and removes the apps from his home screen. This makes it harder for him to access his social media accounts, and he becomes less tempted to check them. Tom also sets a time limit for his social media use. He decides to only check his accounts during specific times of the day, such as after finishing his homework or during his break time. He starts using apps that track his usage and remind him when he exceeds his allotted time limit. As a result, Tom spends less time on social media and becomes more productive with his studies. He is able to focus on his assignments and exams without getting distracted by social media. Over time, his addiction to social media diminishes, and he develops healthier habits, such as reading books and exercising regularly. In summary, by identifying the cues or triggers that lead to his social media addiction and making them invisible, Tom is able to break the cycle of his bad habit and replace it with healthier ones. Lesson number 2. Make it unattractive. Samantha had a serious addiction to junk food. She would indulge in chips, candy, and soda whenever she had a chance, even though she knew it was bad for her health. She had tried to cut back before, but she always found herself craving sweet and salty snacks. One day, Samantha decided to try a new approach. She made her bad habit of junk food eating seem unattractive and less appealing by associating it with negative consequences. She began to research the harmful effects of junk food on the body and made a list of all the health problems she could develop if she continued to eat it regularly. Samantha then decided to take it a step further. She started to associate the taste and smell of junk food with unpleasant experiences. For example, she would force herself to eat a piece of candy, and then immediately brush her teeth or take a sip of vinegar to create a negative association. She also started to take note of how sluggish and bloated she felt after eating junk food, which made it less appealing to her. Over time, Samantha's habit of eating junk food became less appealing and unattractive to her. She found herself naturally gravitating towards healthier options, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Her overall health improved, and she even lost a few pounds. In summary, Samantha was able to break her habit of eating junk food by making it unattractive and less appealing. She associated it with negative consequences and created negative associations with taste and smell. This inversion helped her develop healthier eating habits and improved her overall health. Lesson number 3. Make it difficult. Maria had a bad habit of staying up late watching TV, even though she knew it was disrupting her sleep patterns and making her tired during the day. She realized that she needed to make it more difficult to access her TV and break this cycle. To make it more difficult to perform this bad habit, Maria took several steps. Firstly, she rearranged her living room so that the TV was no longer the central focus. She moved it to a less prominent location and put a plant in front of it to make it less attractive. Secondly, Maria decided to lock the TV remote in the kitchen after she finished watching TV for the evening. This made it more difficult for her to turn the TV back on if she felt the urge to do so. Finally, Maria put some interesting books in a basket near her bed table to give her an alternative to watching TV. She also made it a habit to turn off the TV at least 1 hour before bedtime to help her wind down and prepare for sleep. By making it difficult to access her TV and developing healthier sleep habits, Maria was able to break her bad habit of staying up late watching TV. She felt more rested and productive during the day and was able to enjoy her evenings without feeling exhausted. Lesson number 4. Make it unsatisfying. Lena has a bad habit of procrastinating on her work. She often waits until the last minute to start her assignments and ends up rushing to complete them, which affects the quality of her work. She knows that she needs to break this habit but finds it challenging to do so. One day, Lena decides to make her bad habit unsatisfying by associating it with negative consequences. She creates a list of all the negative effects of procrastination, such as poor grades, missed opportunities, and increased stress levels. She also sets up a consequence for herself for every time she procrastinates. She would have to donate $20 to a charity she dislikes. Whenever Lena feels the urge to procrastinate, she looks at her list and reminds herself of the negative consequences. She also remembers that she would have to donate to the disliked charity if she procrastinates. These reminders make her bad habit unsatisfying and unpleasant, and she is more motivated to work on her assignments. As a result, Lena starts to break the cycle of procrastination and becomes more productive. She finishes her assignments ahead of time and puts in more effort, resulting in higher grades and better opportunities. Over time, her bad habit of procrastination diminishes, and she develops a habit of working efficiently and effectively. In summary, by making her bad habit unsatisfying and associating it with negative consequences, Lena was able to break the cycle of procrastination and replace it with healthier habits. So there you have it. Breaking bad habits isn't easy, but it's definitely doable. By following these lessons from James Clear's Atomic Habits, you can identify the cues, routines, and rewards of your bad habits and disrupt the pattern. Whether you make your bad habits invisible, unattractive, difficult, or unsatisfying, you can gradually replace them with healthier habits that serve you better. Remember that forming good habits takes time and patience, so don't beat yourself up if you slip up from time to time. The important thing is to keep moving forward and stay focused on your goals. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on personal growth and development. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.